Ariana Grande.
What's up, everybody? I'm Bonzi.
This is Calvin Harris.
This is Camila Cabello.
Hey, I'm Dua Lipa.
Hey guys, I'm Halsey.
Hey, what's up? It's Al.
Hey everyone.
This is Selena.
It's Selena.
This is Shawn Mendes.
Hey, it's Taylor Swift.
This is Zed.
This is K-Joy.
This is Vincent R.
What's up, guys? Twitch and Scratch. You're listening to DaBooth312 on WIIT 88.9 FM Chicago.
And this is Fresh.
Reaching the World Entertainment presents The Booth. Check us out every Sunday on WIIT 88.9 FM in Chicago, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Download that free app, tune in, and get the best sounds of the underground with The Booth. You're in the mix. DJ RTW, The Booth, Mix 6.
your body. Yes, yes, y'all, don't stop. Dope beat to make you jack your body. 1, 2, y'all, don't stop. Dope beat to make you jack your body. Yes, yes, y'all, don't stop. Dope beat to make you jack your body. 1, 2, y'all, don't stop. Dope beat to make you jack your body. Yes, yes, y'all. 1, 2, y'all. 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 Don't stop.
Hi, I'm Clint Black. Have you heard of Rett syndrome? I hadn't until my niece Courtney was diagnosed. Rett syndrome is a neurological disorder which occurs mostly in girls. It's often misdiagnosed as autism or cerebral palsy. Rett syndrome strikes without warning. A girl with Rett syndrome starts out as a happy, healthy baby until 6 or 18 months of age, when something goes terribly wrong. She loses the ability to speak, use her hands to play with toys, or even feed herself. She may also lose the ability to walk. A girl with Rett syndrome makes constant hand washing or hand wringing movements. By the time she is 3 years old, a girl with Rett syndrome is severely handicapped. The International Rett Syndrome Foundation hopes to find the families affected by this devastating disorder and provide care and research that will make a difference. Research is urgently needed to accelerate treatments and find a cure. Please call 1-800-818-7388 or visit rettsyndrome.org today. Your help is our hope.
Hey, this is Ariana Grande.
What's up, everybody? I'm Bozzy. This is Calvin Harris.
This is Camila Cabello.
Hey, I'm Dua Lipa.
Hey guys, I'm Halsey.
Hey, what's up? It's Lau.
Hey everyone.
This is Salada.
It's Selena.
This is Shawn Mendes.
Hey, it's Taylor Swift.
This is Zed.
This is K-Joy.
This is Vincent R.
What's up, guys? Twitch and Scratch. You're listening to Booth 312 on WIIT 88.9 FM Chicago.
And this is Fresh.
Hey man, what's up with all the bags?
Oh, nothing. Just picked up a bunch of clothes and food to send to the relief effort overseas.
You know all that stuff is going to cost more to ship, and if it gets there, probably won't even be used.
At least I'm trying to do something.
It's good that you want to help, but there's an easier way. If you donate cash, the professionals will be able to purchase exactly what they need.
You know, I never looked at it that way.
It's plain and simple. Cash is the most efficient way to help disaster relief efforts. Even an amount as small as $10 can give the victims some of the necessities that are even more crucial while they're recovering.
Brought to you by the Center for International Disaster Information.
Rich the World Entertainment presents The Booth. Check us out every Sunday on WIIT 88.9 FM in Chicago, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Download that free app, tune in, and get the best sounds of the underground with The Booth.
If this don't make your booty move, your booty must be dead. If this don't make your booty move, your booty must be dead. If this don't make your booty move, your booty must be dead. If this don't make your booty move, your booty must be dead. If this don't make your booty move, your booty must be dead. If this don't make your booty move, your booty must be dead. If this don't make your booty move, your booty must be dead. If this don't
dancing and prancing, grooving, keep on moving, flying, stop your crying, choosing while you're cruising. Music is the answer to your problems. Keep on moving, then you can solve them. If you feel that you can't take no more, and your feet are headed for the door, gotta keep on dancing and prancing, grooving, keep on moving, flying, stop your crying, choosing while you're cruising. Music is the answer to your problems. Keep on moving, then you can solve them. At 12 midnight, I'll be waiting for you. So don't forget what you have to do. Gotta keep on dancing and prancing, grooving, keep on moving, flying, stop the crying, choosing while you're cruising. Music is the answer to your problems. Keep on moving, then you can solve them. Dancing and prancing, grooving, keep on moving, flying, stop the crying, choosing while you're cruising. Music is the answer to your problems. Keep on moving, then you can solve them. If you feel that you can't take no more, and your feet are headed for the door, gotta keep on dancing and prancing, grooving, keep on moving, flying, stop the crying, choosing while you're cruising. Music is the answer to your problems. Keep on moving, then you can solve them. At 12 midnight, I'll be waiting for you. So don't forget what you have to do. Gotta keep on dancing and prancing, grooving, keep on moving, flying, stop the crying, choosing while you're cruising. Music is the answer to your problems. Keep on moving, then you can solve them. but I don't. I don't know why I love you. I don't know why I love you,
Hey, this is Ariana Grande.
What's up, everybody? I'm Bozzy. This is Calvin Harris.
This is Camila Cabello.
Hey, I'm Dua Lipa.
Hey guys, I'm Halsey.
Hey, what's up? It's Lau.
Hey everyone.
This is Salada.
It's Selena.
This is Shawn Mendes.
Hey, it's Taylor Swift.
This is Zed.
This is K-Joy.
This is Vincent R. What's up, guys? Twitch and Scratch. You're listening to Booth 312 on WIIT 88.9 FM Chicago.
and this is fresh.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to DaBooth312 right here on WIIT 88.9 FM in Chicago and DaBoothRadio.com. Hey, again, don't forget, like, share, follow us on all of our social media sites. That's how we get out there and get the word and the vibe going. And also, please comment and let us know what you like and what you don't like so we can always improve and make the show better because we do this each and every week for you. All right, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the mix I threw down for you guys. Definitely wanted to get some Jack in house and keep that body moving. So hopefully you guys were enjoying that. And we have Natrix from the Matrix in the studio right here. Natrix, man, thanks for coming in, brother.
Hey, no problem, man. Thank you for having me.
Definitely, man. I was talking about earlier, since you weren't in the studio yet, we were talking about how great you did yesterday and the vibe that you had. And I felt bad that I had to cut out in the middle of your set. I was passing out. You know, Dave was over here hitting me and kicking me and beat me upside the head, telling me to wake up. I was just so beat and so out of it. But
it was a lightweight drinking. That's what it was. Lightweight.
I don't even think I seen a beer in your hand, man.
Yeah,
root beer.
Probably won't.
It was root beer.
I think it was root beer.
He was already counting sheep at my house. You could tell.
But definitely had a great time, and you definitely were throwing down, man. It was a great vibe. I love the feel of. I mean, you were really getting into it, throwing one record after another. The way you had your records stacked, you know, ready to go. You knew what you wanted. Man, I mean, I definitely can't wait to see what you got for us today because that was definitely a great feel, man.
Hey, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. You know, last night at the Halloween party, I went a little techno, and normally I don't play that. That's I used to play that back in the 90s. And you know, it was techno to me represents a little darkness, and so it was kind of perfect for Halloween.
Were you playing old school techno or
old
newer?
school.
It was old school
Old
techno, so it's
school.
not techno what the kids know today, and
It's
they need to
the
understand
fast-
there is a difference. Yeah, there is a difference between the two. So, but yeah, man, go ahead, brother. It was great feel though. I loved it, man.
Hey, man, I really appreciate it, man. You know, coming from you guys, you know, thank you for having me again. I really appreciate that. You know, I hope to just keep doing more mixes and, you know, for everyone to listen to and enjoy.
Yeah, and the nice thing too about last night was, yeah, you did some techno, but the fact was David Morales did some as well, and you guys were not, you know, like throwing the same tracks over and over. So it was really a great blend. And it's now I don't think you guys sat there and talked, hey, I'm gonna play this track, don't play that one, right? I mean, you just got both you guys just kind of went with what you wanted, what you felt, right?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, we don't coordinate tracks or, hey, are you playing this? Because then I won't play it. We just go up there and just do us, you know. And thank you for that advice because that's what you told me. You said go up there and just do you. And that's what I'm going to be doing. And that's what I try to do, you know.
Good. That's good. That's good. We'll talk about doing you. Well, I'm not doing you, but anyways, we're going to talk about you. We're going to talk about you.
Family show, remember?
We're kind of get to know a little bit more about Natrix. So let's find out a little bit more about Natrix. How long you been playing, man? How long you been spinning?
Well, I always tell everybody that, you know, when I started, I pretty much started buying records first. And then around 14 is when I really started, you know, trying to blend them with crappy turntables and all that. One of my first partners was DJ Knick-Knack, and we did a lot of practicing. Yeah. May he rest in peace, too, Mickey. You know, we did a lot of practicing together. We started out doing mobiles together, and, you know, just I'm still doing it, and I'm thankful to still be here doing this. So to answer your question, definitely over 25 years.
Wow. Okay. And still going strong, right?
And still going strong. I'm still doing it. I've got some projects coming down the line. Dave C and I are working on some music. I'm doing some music with DJ Fatman. I'm working with Nelson Littlehouse on some tracks. and I'm, just looking to network and work with more established people and just keep this vibe going. I've been doing it for too long to give up, and I'm just going to keep doing it until something happens.
What genre of house are you predominantly working on?
You know what? Pretty much anything that's house that sounds good, man. I mean, I first started doing like disco filtered stuff, but then I didn't really like the whole sampling of music and stuff. So I learned how to create without having to take anything or sample from a record or anything like that. So I could do new disco. I could do all kind of genres, man. I just don't stick to one.
Okay.
Well, I can say something about that. When him and I first started working on tracks together, the first thing he told me was, let the music dictate what it's going to be. Get in there and put it together how you feel. And if it's tech house, if it's jackin' house, we'll worry about that down the line.
Right.
And he's a great producer. And he's teaching me a lot. He's teaching me a lot.
Okay.
And that says something. I've been doing it 30-something years, and he's teaching me.
Okay.
Thank you
heard
for the
it from
kind
Dave
words,
C.
Dave.
Yes. Go from, I love how everybody's story goes from, I was a DJ. I'm a DJ, but I started producing, and I've been doing it for 15, 20, 30 years. And what that shows is you're grounded with it. And that itself, a lot of people don't even stick with a regular 9-to-5 job past 2 years. So to be grounded into something for over 20 years, I speak from it. I retired from the military. So when you're grounded into something, you got to believe in it, else you won't stay grounded. And you've been doing this for 25 years. Mad ups to you. Our other host, which could not be here today, Derek Smokin' Jones, has been doing this for over 20 years. And
over 30.
Well, yeah. Well, that's 30. Still over 20 years. But when you're up in that echelon, there you go. You're taking the words.
Good word.
When you're taking that echelon, you are not at. I love when people. I like that word echelon better than pinnacle, because a pinnacle to me flattens out and it becomes a plateau.
Yep.
But when you're on an echelon, to still keep growing, and you're changing your music style, you could play old school techno with no problem. When somebody says old school techno, I'm thinking Jeff Mills and stuff like that. And if it's older than that, I'm like, wow. Because techno, as Rob said, does not sound today like it did 15 years ago.
Absolutely.
And nothing does. Acid house and everything. These are the things that we talked about before. People are taking similar genres but changing the name now on it and saying, well, this is another genre. Well, no, why change the name? Keep it what it is. If the style changes, the style changes.
Well, we need to have somebody
that's
from.
fine.
We need to have somebody from Beatport or Tracksource on here to ask them how do you. Because
right.
and you played techno, which is just what you were feeling because of the Halloween spirit.
Yeah.
But that's not your realm that you're comfortable in. I just started playing minimal house. I've played it before, a track or two, but never did I do a whole set of minimal house. And I did for the first time, and I was like, oh, I love this. So not to steal your thunder, I give you kudos. You broke your norm. And for some DJs, that's something that a lot of DJs get comfortable in, that one zone of genre, and that's all they play.
Yeah. As you get older, you know this, music genres change, and as I got older, the techno just kind of turned into something else.
Tech house.
A disco filtered house started coming in, and then I started, DJing at clubs, and I couldn't play techno in the clubs at that time. People wanted to hear that filtered stuff.
Yeah, the only clubs you could play techno at that time was Euro clubs. They're the only ones that were playing it. They still love it. They love that sound, the techno sound. More so now they've transitioned to the new techno. But that's where you really heard a lot of that it kept going. So that was like the only places that I heard it is the Euro clubs.
Yeah, and I wasn't trying to be a Euro DJ, so I just wanted to kind of evolve with the style, and techno was kind of like a phase, and then I said, okay, I just can't keep doing this. I got to change, genres if I'm going to play out. And so being versatile is like very important if you're trying to DJ. I always tell everybody. My son Dante, shout out to Dante. He DJs, and I tell him, hey, don't just stick to one thing. you know, he's 23 right now, and you know the kind of music 23-year-olds are going to be listening to.
Yeah.
It's got a
You gotta
lot of rap
taste
mixed
that.
into it and all that. And
Yeah,
I just try to tell him, be versatile. Don't just stick to one genre, you know.
So do you consider
right.
yourself a North Side DJ?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I've lived in the North Side all my life.
Okay.
So, yes, I do represent the North Side.
Okay. Have you ever played on the South Side before?
Yes. Yes, I have for like certain house parties and stuff, but like never really in a club or an establishment, anything like that.
Okay. And I only ask that because I've met a lot of South Side DJs that would love to play up north and vice versa. Some North Side DJs that would love the opportunity to come to the South Side, but they don't have the network
Absolutely.
of people to get them there. So, you know, it's just, you know, I love our city and I love how diverse we are, but I think with music we need to be a lot less segregated.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just going to take its time to either change or not change.
I agree. Within the last couple of years, I guess, you know, the Cutting Crew and other crews that are in the South Side, the PB&J show, we're kind of like really connecting and doing things together. And that just wasn't around before, at least in the 90s, 2000. I mean, this is the first time I'm really seeing it happen, in which Northsiders and Southsiders are actually getting together, getting along, doing gigs together. And it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is. It is.
The power of social media.
Absolutely.
There you go. There you go.
And it's got its downfalls and it's got its, good aspects too. So it works both ways. You know, depends on how you use it. But, you know, so let me ask you this as far as Cutting Crew. How long have you been with Cutting Crew?
Well, I became a member of Cutting Crew, I want to say back in like 89. We all, you know, the whole techno thing was coming around, and not all of us did that. Some of us stopped, and some of us kept going. But then kind of after a few years, the crew kind of just started raising kids and doing their family thing and doing their own gigs, and we kind of lost touch. And it wasn't until a couple of years ago in which Dave like reached out to everybody and said, hey, I'm going to start to show up. I want to bring the guys back out. And, you know, phone calls were made, and then we started the vinyl affair.
Nice.
The rest is
Got
history.
the band back together.
Yeah, you know, I tell that to everybody. We did get the band back together.
The
yes.
boys are back in town.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. And we're really glad they are, because you guys really are a great bunch. You guys definitely throw down great feel. And I know a majority of you guys are playing old school on a lot of your sets, but there is the variety. You know, we do hear a lot of new school as well. So, you know, it's definitely a great mix-up. So, you know, we're really happy that you guys are around and keep doing what you're doing.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So where can people find you? Like on social media? Do you have your own website? How can people that are listening right now, and you're being watched and heard, you're being watched all over the world. So to all of our viewers out there in different countries, mad shout outs to you. But where can someone go and say, you know what, when they hear you today, play in a few minutes, where can they go to say, you know, are you on SoundCloud? Are you on Mixcloud? Can they listen to sets that you have recorded? Do you do any live video sets? Where can people find you?
Well, people can go on Mixcloud.com/Natrix, NAYTRIXX, and I've got several mixes posted up there, ranging from freestyle to old school house to electro to funky house to disco house. I mean, I've got all kind of mixes on there. You could also look me up on Facebook at Natrix75, I believe. Right there you can see any events, any flyers that I'm going to be playing at. I also support some of the industry. Mad shout out to Ron Carroll and Luis and Thing. You know, I love you guys. I love what they're doing at Arabella over there at Heat on Thursdays.
Yep.
You know, I like to help promote people that, you know, I support, and I support those guys. Everything on my page is just, you know, I support you guys. I put your show on there,
Thank you.
know,
I appreciate
even when
that.
I'm not mixing.
Really appreciate
you know.
the
There's a
love.
lot of guys that don't,
you.
and gals. I'm not going to leave the gals out. There's a lot of people that we've had on the show that, you know, we ask, can you please support us? Because we're here for you guys.
Yeah, we're supporting you.
Yes.
We ask for, you know, but
So that's awesome that you have us on your page even before you became a guest. So thank you.
Yeah, it's all about support, and I love what you guys are doing. You know, as far as the DJs you were having, the music we were playing, you know, what you're doing for the DJ community, and so I support that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Okay. Do
All
you
right,
have
guys.
any upcoming events that you haven't
Oh,
mentioned?
yeah.
Do you have any events? I mean, you said you're working on some music. Do you have anything that's about to get released? Are you able to talk about that yet, or do you have any events that's about to come up? You know, that we're getting ready to roll into the holiday. That people can come check you out live.
Yes, to both. I do have some music. We're kind of finishing things up with DJ Fatman. We have a almost finished track, and just life kind of takes over. And as soon as we can catch up with our lives, then we'll be able to finish the project that we have going. And so I expect to have that out before Winter Music Conference, so that way we can give it to the DJs that are going to be going out there to support the music.
Okay.
As far as flyers or upcoming events, we do the Vinyl Affair with Dave C. once a month. It's usually on a Friday.
Every
And
other week, actually. Every 2 weeks, if we can.
if we can, but at least once a month. And we got a show coming up probably in a couple weeks with that and some
Friday,
special guests.
Friday.
Is it Friday?
Yeah.
Okay.
One Friday.
We're working on Chicago House Radio. They're going to do a set probably at the end of the month, and it's going to be in Indiana, and I'm talking to them about playing on there. So that's probably going to be coming up. And then also, which I believe you two are involved, is the Vinyl Affair.
Yeah.
The
We'll be
White
there.
Elephant Vinyl. Event.
White Elephant, yeah.
The White Elephant Vinyl. The White Elephant
Why are you looking at
Vinyl
me
event.
for?
Well, digital and vinyl event, because there's two. One south,
Two events,
one,
yeah.
one
North
north.
side and south side. Yeah.
North side, Sugar Skull. South side is, what's the name of that place?
Xavier's.
Xavier's.
Xavier's Lounge?
Mhm.
Okay.
Xavier's Lounge.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we say that because I have a history with them. So,
Yeah, we'll be hosting the. Well, it's funny how they threw it back and forth, but we'll be hosting the one in Skulls. So we'll be hosting the one on the north side, and from the way I'm reading and sounding now, we may be co-hosting the one at Xavier's,
Yes.
but we definitely will be playing at Xavier's. Unfortunately, my vinyl collection's gone. I don't have any, so I can't play the north side, but I'm still going to be there supporting and hosting. So we'll be there and
yeah,
we'll do it.
I mean,
So.
just going over to Dave's house and watching him with your other guys from the Cutting Crew play on vinyl, it's nostalgic because I learned on vinyl, and I haven't played on vinyl in a long time, but it does give you that itch, like, man, I might want to try that again. I just don't have the money for it.
Yeah, it does get expensive after a while, but I have such love for it. I mean, I've been in very dark places in my life, and just being able to just hit the turntables and take it out on that is really what's gotten me through a lot of rough times.
Music will set you free, my friend.
Absolutely.
So how are you feeling today? What can the crowd expect? What can the fans that are watching today expect to hear?
They're gonna hear some. I'm just so crazy about disco music. And I was a kid when that stuff was out, and so I want to play some stuff like that. I want to just kind of feel it, and some vocals, and we're just gonna see what happens, man. I'm ready to just go up there and just let it kind of like flow out of me.
Okay.
You're gonna mix it.
Yeah.
All right. All right, guys. So stick around right here at the top of the hour. We're going to have Natrix throwing down for you guys live. So stick around for more to come on DaBooth312, broadcasting from WIT 88.9 FM in Chicago and DaBoothRadio.com.
Desires are simple, shaking the thing much more. If you ask me no questions, then I will tell you no lies. My desires are simple, the truth is there in my eyes. Nothing is off the table, and there is no price to hide. I do it all for your pleasure, so take the pen and let's fly. My desires are simple, my desires are simple, my desires are simple. My desires are simple. My desires are simple, so simple, so simple. My desires are simple, something good, and let's fly.
Move my body back and forth. 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 Move my
It's hard to keep track of all the health information that comes your way, but you still want to make the right decisions. Here's an easy one. Get tested for hepatitis C. It's a leading cause of liver cancer and often has no symptoms. People born from 1945 to 1965 are 5 times more likely to have hepatitis C. The good news is that now it can be cured. Talk with your doctor about getting a blood test for hepatitis C. Know for sure. A message from the CDC.
Hey, this is Ariana Grande.
What's up, everybody? I'm Bozzy. This is Calvin Harris.
This is Camila Cabello.
Hey, I'm Dua Lipa.
Hey guys, I'm Halsey.
Hey, what's up? It's Lau.
Hey everyone.
This is Selena.
It's Selena.
This is Shawn Mendes.
Hey, it's Taylor Swift.
This is Zed.
This is K-Joy.
This is Vincent R. What's up, guys? Twitch and Scratch. You're listening to Booth 312 on WIIT 88.9 FM Chicago.
And this is Fresh.
I'm Tiffany. I have some tips for you on how to quit smoking like I did. First, I did some reading about it. I found a lot of great advice on how to quit smoking and picked out the ways I thought would work best for me. I started by setting a quit date. Then I threw out my ashtrays, lighters, and matches. I did other things too, like exercising more, and it worked. But I'd still get cravings, especially on long car rides. To help me with that, I put a picture of my mother in my car. She died of lung cancer from smoking cigarettes when I was only 16. Now I have a 16-year-old daughter. That picture of my mother reminds me that I don't want to miss all the things my daughter is going to do in her life, including turning 17.
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
Regional World Entertainment presents The Booth. Check us out every Sunday on WIIT 88.9 FM in Chicago, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Download that free app, tune in, and get the best sounds of the underground with The Booth.
Hey, this is Ariana Grande.
What's up, everybody? I'm Bozzy. This is Calvin Harris.
This is Camila Cabello.
Hey, I'm Dua Lipa.
Hey guys, I'm Halsey.
Hey, what's up? It's Lau.
Hey everyone.
This is Selena.
It's Selena.
This is Shawn Mendes.
Hey, it's Taylor Swift.
This is Zed.
This is K-Joy.
This is Vinci. What's up, guys? Switch and Scratch. You're listening to Booth 312 on WIIT 88.9 FM Chicago.
This is Shawn Mendes.
Hey, it's Taylor Swift.
This is Zed.
This is K-Joy.
This is Vinci. What's up, guys? Switch and Scratch. You're listening to Booth 312 on WIIT 88.9 FM Chicago.
Yes, I do. You see, girl, this man is not like other men. And the reason I say this is because I know every lady out there today feels the same thing.
Hey, this is Ariana Grande.
What's up, everybody? I'm Bozzy. This is Calvin Harris.
This is Camila Cabello.
Hey, I'm Dua Lipa.
Hey guys, I'm Halsey.
Hey, what's up? It's Lau.
Hey everyone.
This is Salada.
It's Selena.
This is Shawn Mendes.
Hey, it's Taylor Swift.
This is Zed.
This is K-Joy.
This is Vincent R. What's up, guys? Twitch and Scratch. You're listening to Booth 312 on WIIT 88.9 FM Chicago.
And this is Fresh.
Hey guys, welcome back. Booth 312, broadcasting from WIT 88.9 FM in Chicago and DaBooth312.com. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the show with all the house music we got for you guys. All right, so Natrix was throwing down. You guys were racking up the numbers so much that you're actually slowing down Facebook, and that's okay. We'll complain to Facebook later, but you were slowing down Facebook that everyone could hear his music perfectly fine, but the video was freezing up because the numbers just kept going up.
Thank you.
You know, I mean, it was crazy. And then all of a sudden, as the numbers were going up, Natrix just started going slower and slower. I'm telling you, he's Natrix from the Matrix. I'm telling you, he was just going slow motion with that music kept going. So great vibe, man. Thank you so much again for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me. You know, I really wanted to just do my best, but sometimes in really stressful situations, you know, things happen. You get technical difficulties, but I really appreciate everybody tuning in and supporting, and I couldn't have ever imagined that it'd be like at one time over 100 views. You know, that's just great. I love it.
Well, yeah, it was definitely great to see the numbers going up. I mean, Dave kept showing me, he's like, look, we're going up, we're going up. That's a great thing. You know, that's the love, that's the unity, and that's what we're looking for. To keep sharing, keep, you know, showing the love. Don't forget all of our social media sites. We are on, I'm trying to remember now, Dave, what is it, like 22?
20-something different ones.
Yeah.
True TV, Periscope, YouTube, Facebook, you name it, we're on it.
Yeah, DaBooth312.com. We're on, what is it? You said Periscope, right?
Yep.
You say
Twitch, right? Africa TV, VK TV in Russia. I mean, we are all over the world, all over the globe, and it is beautiful. Hopefully we'll be up on the TV network soon. Yeah, I mean, we just have a lot going on, and we're all over the place, and we're so happy to be doing it for you guys.
And 88.9 FM, don't forget that, our mothership.
The mothership, that's right, 88.9 FM. And we're talking to other stations. We're trying to branch out. So if you want to hear us on your local station, you need to reach out to them and demand, very simple, reach out to them and demand the Booth 312 air on your station. You know, it's not that hard. They will listen to you because you're the listeners, and you guys are what make them up. So, again, that's why we do what we do for you guys, and we do it not only for you, but we do it for the genre of house music. We want to bring it out there and show that love. So, Ron, what do you got coming up this week? Anything?
Me personally, no. We have, you already mentioned Xavier's coming up.
Red Lab.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I meant.
Is
like,
Red Lab back up and running?
Red Lab was up on Friday.
Okay. That's
why I was saying earlier, we worked very diligently to get everything back in order so we could play, and it came out great, you know, and thank you for Rick and Jen for helping me get that facilitated again. But besides Red Lab on Friday, and that is tentatively on Fridays. And in case I get booked or Rick gets booked, you know, it won't be a Red Lab. So people don't cuss me out if there's no Red Lab and I'm glad that people are viewing.
Well, I will if I go there and then you're not there.
Well, I wouldn't have you drive all the way out to my house and I'm not there.
Well, you can stop by the Vinyl Fair Mix Show because I'll be streaming live Friday.
Yeah, Dave doesn't want to come to my house. So.
Yeah, I will. I definitely will.
Because you don't have turntables there.
I told him he could bring them.
We'll work on that with him.
But yeah, I have to find a very opportune time. That's the word I want to use. An opportune time for David to come out. But hopefully he will. And the invite is always open to the rest of the cutting crew. So if you guys aren't booked on a Friday and you don't have your show, or you could do your show at my house, either way.
That too.
Yeah. We can
simulcast both.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
We did it before.
I'm for it. We did it before. We can do it again.
Make sure Dave gets rest. But, you know, the door's open. I've had a few DJs come through and really throw down. You know, Sonny Chiba, Sean DSP has been there and played. We've had Tony the Taz, The list keeps going, and I'm inviting all the DJs that I know. If you're available and you want to play at the Red Lab, come on through. And it's open. And it's very cozy atmosphere. It's at my house, so it's not in a club. It's not, because I get a lot of people saying, "Where's this spot at? I want to come. I'm flying into town next week." You ain't coming over to my house. You can watch it, but that's just how it is. But hit me up on Facebook if you are interested in coming through. I got to be selective, of course, because you're not coming to my domain. But I do have my door open to selective individuals like the Booth radio station, as well as the Cutting Crew and numerous others. So, but besides the Red Lab right now, nothing big going on. My boy Vincent R. is down in Mexico. He got booked down there by a previous guest that we've had on the show last year, John Joshua Lopez, and him, Vincent R., and another friend called Ben Archuleta from Denver. They're all down there in Mexico right now, enjoying that warm weather while we're up here cold. But they're down there, and Godspeed with your trip coming back. Be safe coming back from down there. Looking forward to Vincent getting back. We're in talks with doing some other things with maybe Randall Dean coming up, which he's been a guest on the show. Randall, big ups on Nocturne again. That was great with some of the Primary folks. Primary should be opening fully back up soon, so we're looking forward to that. But as far as any other news, if you're out there watching, Nina Kravitz was in Chicago Wednesday. She's like the princess of techno. Of course, you got Nicole Mumbar. I couldn't get it out. Nicole Mumbar, being the queen of techno, has been to Chicago a few times and graced us with her presence. But Nina was in town on Wednesday playing at Spy Bar, and I heard it was a packed joint. But the reason why I bring this up is because I just want to show flexibility right quick. Nina is from Europe. Nina is primarily a techno DJ. But out of respect, and I say that word again, respect for Chicago, she comes to Chicago Wednesday, and her first 4 tracks were Chicago house music tracks. There you
go.
That's awesome. And if you happen to see this video, thank you, Mad Ups, to you. Mad Up, kudos to you for doing that. Really appreciate that. Thank you. So, you got your thing going on.
Yeah, I have a laundry list of events coming up. Next weekend, I'll be joining forces with the Classic House Radio guys over at Jalapenos in Indiana.
Jalapeno.
It's more of a classic, old school event. We're going to have Kenny Jam and Jason, Mickey Mixon Oliver, myself, Fernando from Classic House Radio, DJ Mackie C, also from the Cutting Crew. That Saturday, and we'll take one day back. Friday, I'll be doing the Vinyl Affair Mix Show on
At your
Facebook
house?
Live and Periscope at my house. Special guest is going to be Vinny Accardo, who is a vinyl DJ as well from No Rats.
Okay.
Then the day before Thanksgiving, Black Wednesday, I'll be at Watra Nightclub.
Watra?
Yeah, with DJ Psycho Bitch.
Oh, okay.
Gene Hunt.
Former guest.
Gene Hunt will be there. Daje.
What date is that?
What is that? The 27th?
Is
Black
there-
Wednesday, whatever that.
Okay. Is there a cover?
I believe so. I think.
For those
I don't-
names, there's a cover.
There is definitely a cover. I'm not sure. I think it's $5 or
Dave
$10
C on there. Come on, they can't afford him.
Yeah.
They can't afford me. They got to have a cover.
I was just, I would have to say Watra has a very vast variety of different venues
Yes, they
or events going at Watra. So mad ups to the Watra crew over there on Pulaski, correct?
Yes, Pulaski. Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. Yeah, they do everything from Mexican music to new wave to house, everything in between.
Yeah, and Ratchet.
Yeah.
So
whatever packs them in, they'll play.
yeah, it was Ratchet. night.
And then also I did forget, you got the Beat Lab. The Beat Lab will be doing their thing Wednesday, November 6th. So you got the best of the house, techno, and trance.
Okay.
You got James Chesney and Ellen Ray
That's right.
hosting that. I'll be there occasionally, in and out, to try to help out. throwing down, depending on what's going on. This Wednesday, they actually have Keanu and Odo Rio going to be thrown down as their guests. So check that out. Going to have for this week, like again, it's going to be some bass house, techno, tech house, some deep house. I mean, it's going to be a great time. So you guys definitely want to check that out. That's going to be at Berlin Nightclub up north. So
is there a cover for that?
No cover for that event.
And what's the start time?
Start time for that one is 11 p.m. to 4 a.m.
See, and you know, I got to take my hat off to James, good friend of mine. That is hard, especially for us old folks. Young guys,
Speak for yourself.
I am. Right? I am speaking because my old butt cannot. I get up at 5 a.m. to get ready to leave out, and there's that's hard. That's really hard. It'd be different if it started at 9, and I could catch a few hours and then, go on home. But old people need their sleep, And I mean, I will support them as much as I can. I mean, and hopefully, when I move back to the city, I can do a little bit more, be a little bit flexible. But living in Wheaton, Illinois, that's hard on the drive, and I'm making excuses. I'm sorry, but it's just a fact. I'm old.
But it was a great time for the opening night. So I was there spinning, and trust me, I know what you were saying.
I was supposed to be there also that night. I just could not. I couldn't make it.
I hear you. So don't forget, don't miss out on that one. So
what do we have on the show next weekend?
You still have Cutting Crew Day.
Yeah, we still have one of my guys.
Yeah,
DJ Wesley the Whiz Kid.
Oh, Wesley.
Yeah, Wesley the Whiz Kid will be here live. DJ, producer, Cutting Crew member.
Okay.
All around good guy.
So we got you're gonna get double doses of Cutting Crew. You got my man right here that threw down just a few minutes ago. Amazing set, by the way. And you got Cutting Crew number 2 coming in.
Who's with Cutting Crew longer? You or Wesley?
Oh, myself? Oh, yeah. I've been with Cutting Crew since '89. So Wesley just joined actually this year.
Did he really?
Yeah. Oh. He's actually our newest member. He's been around. He's been on B96.
Yeah.
He's been everywhere. Amazing producer. A number of tracks out. But yeah, no, me and Nate here. We're some of the old timers, some of the pioneers for the Cutting Crew. No. So not the original members.
Who was the original members?
Sly Hula Hula Fox started it. Okay. Then you have Mario Nonstop Nieves, who is 104.3 DMX's DJ.
Okay.
He was one of the original. Then you have Pumpin' Pete, DMC champion, worldwide known. They're some of the original members that started it.
Okay.
We've been around for many years.
So when did you put your application in?
You know what? I was actually, honestly, just friends and just hanging out, and I was not at the level.
See, that's the old days, where it's someone you knew. Now they got to do the paperwork.
But you know what? it was someone I knew, but they were brutally honest. And when I first started hanging out with them, I did not possess the skills.
Yeah.
Because back then, we were playing everywhere like we do now. But back then, there wasn't social media.
Yep.
So to play at the Pan American Festival, on radio stations, it was really hard.
Going to the doors and knocking on doors and calling people,
Yeah. So, I mean, I had to earn my spot, as we all did. And
you paid your dues.
I paid my dues.
Not like today where everyone feels that it's,
that'll take us into a whole nother hour conversation, because I was just having that conversation last week about paying dues, and it was like, who do you pay your dues to, and who is regulating the due payments? I mean, some folks, there's some DJs in Chicago that are out here playing big parties on the south side or on the north side, but never left the city. So who comes up with the rule or the law saying, okay, when you pay your dues to this point, you've earned the right to be able to do X, Y, Z? I mean, I could say, well, I played out of the country. Does that get me anywhere? No. So, we've all played at different places, different levels, different.
I battled. That's what I did to get into the Cutting Crew. I battled to get in.
Cool. And you know what? And you scratch. And I'm not, you know my view on that, but and I'm not against people that do.
He scratches, but
we've had Twitch and scratch on, but But no, it's like, it's hard to battle someone in house music now because
Yeah, it's a different.
right,
It's a different beast.
It is because all you're gonna do is be playing good music, and if everybody's dancing, then how do you determine the winner? So, but that was back in the day, you know, and I respect that. And you earned your title to be part of a crew that, you know, you love being a part of. You wouldn't be doing this so long.
I
if you
wouldn't
didn't.
go anywhere else.
There you go.
Besides the booth. Being
Besides
a member
the
of the booth has been a blessing.
And with that being said, we got a few more minutes before we go. Do you have anything you want to close with, Rob?
No, I think we're good now.
Okay.
Just make sure you tune in. You know, like I said, the only thing is, you know, we appreciate it. It shows again love and support. Like today, just continue to share. You know, make sure you guys are liking, sharing, following, and you know, we'll keep doing our best to bring you guys the best sounds of the underground. There you go.
And just a caveat off of what RTW was just saying, you know, thank you for all tuning in. I mean, those numbers were awesome. We'd like to get those numbers each and every weekend. And we understand that there's a lot of new people that are new to the show that tune in for the first time because by the luck of the draw, they see it on Instagram or on YouTube or on Facebook or all the other many different platforms that Rob and Dave were trying to name. We just got so many. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for lending us your ear and continuing to do so. And like RTW just said, please share. Let everybody know about it. We're not doing this. We're not getting paid for this. We're doing this because we love what we do, and we love bringing the music to you each and every Sunday. And, you know, I wouldn't have it any other way because if I was at home watching the Bears, I'd be miserable right now. And I'd be like I'd be in the Red Lab playing versus watching the horrific views. I don't even know what they did, but they lost again. So with that being said, everybody have a great week. Enjoy your work week and tune in with us next week right here, The Booth, 312 88.9 FM for the best sounds in the underground, The Booth. Have a great week.
As a referee, I pay attention for a living.
While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands.
If you see something that doesn't look quite right, tell a law enforcement official.
We all play an important role in protecting our communities, and you can help.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
If you see something, say something is used with permission by the New York Metropolitan Transportation Authority.